You have an idea for an opening?
Not a real idea.
I have like some bad ideas.
Okay.
Come listen to a new Marvel Snap podcast.
Yes, there was definitely going to be a movie trailer voice.
What about this?
In a world populated by too many Marvel Snap podcasts, 3 people who mostly know what they're talking about dare to take a big old dump all over your expectations. That's right. Lauren Whatevs, It's Just Ree, and Benjamin Roller are here to snap on this.
Did you get Red Hulk? Ree.
No.
Ben?
That'll be a no.
I also skipped on Red Hulk.
I mean, like, I don't want to lie to people about, like, card quality. Like, I would love for Makari to be good. I don't think Makari's going to be good.
Dude, I'm way higher on Makari than everyone. Weird.
That card does not do anything.
But isn't it weird when you're just like, oh yeah, right? And then you like walk into the room and everyone's like, nah, fuck that card. And you're like, oh. I was on a different, I thought. She's so fast though. Like, right?
Just like Quicksilver.
Touche.
That used to be my jam when I was doing Heimdall Elsa things.
It was a lot easier when Elsa was 2, obviously.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Gotta pour one out for the homies. We have a fun game that we like to play, and there's only one thing we could title this project. It is, of course, the great Maybe Snap review game. Are they gruntled about this? And
That's the only option.
Yeah, it seems obvious. Low-hanging fruit, right? If I didn't do it, somebody else would have. Surely. Our first review comes from Steam. And they say that money can't buy happiness. Smiley face. Worth every damn buck. One person found this review helpful.
Stardew Valley.
Great guess.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Great guess, Lauren. That was Hades 2, currently in early access.
Hades 2! Oh my gosh, It's only like $30. Okay.
I've got another one from Steam. This one's a little less positive. Posted June 3rd. Typical live service game that takes you money only to nerf the thing you bought a month later.
It's definitely about Marvel Snap.
That's Snap. Yeah.
Yes, that was about Marvel Snap.
Okay, I was like, there's no way.
Snap take you money.
All right, this one's more positive. Love everything about this game, other than not having enough time in my life to play. What game are they talking about? Is it Marvel Snap?
Stardew Valley.
Ree is correct. That is Stardew Valley. That is the tone of a Stardew fan. They love that game. Oh man. And our final review, just a fun, casual, cozy game. Positive from Steam.
Animal Crossing New Horizons.
It's on Steam. It's on Steam.
Oh,
It's
okay,
Stardew again. Snap isn't cozy.
You know, different strokes for different folks. That was indeed Marvel Snap, not Stardew Valley, not Animal Crossing New Horizons. I gotcha. There are so many bad ones. I know that
there are. My favorites list has like 4 in it. Another one that I like using sometimes, depending on the deck. If I have a deck that makes me feel mean, I like using a bit of a jerk or kind of a jerk.
Oh, really? You're the jerk.
Fair.
If I see that title, it's like, click, mute.
The instant mute.
Well, you know, when they tell you who they are, believe them the first time.
That's it. Yeah, I feel much better about being a jerk if I told you up front.
Right? We had the option to mute, and I took it. I thought we should give our favorite cards. A little introduction with just a little bit. I'll start so I can be done. My favorite card is Moon Knight. And the reason I love Moon Knight is because Moon Knight is chaos, right? but not Scarlet Witch chaos. It's chaos you can control because you can control what's in your hand, you know? What you're gonna discard. And then there's absolutely nothing more satisfying because people never see it coming. People are like, okay, I can't get Shanged, I can't get Cosmoed, nothing can stop me. Snap. and then we throw out Moon Knight and it kills the combo card. And it's so satisfying. And I love Moon Knight. So Moon Knight's my favorite card. What's your favorite card, Lauren?
My favorite card is Valkyrie. I got her. I think she was the first card I got with tokens. This is before I was like following Snap podcasts and YouTube and Snap Zone and all that. I was kind of just playing the game on my own. I was like, this card looks fun.
Oh yeah, it's a great place to start.
Yeah, I couldn't really figure her out back then. But then a couple months later, I found this desk from a creator. It's like Buffaletta or something like that. Not around anymore, but it's this really cool like lockdown deck. And then on the last turn, you slam down your 0 costs and your Valkyrie, and that evolved into my own version of a lockdown deck running Valkyrie. And now I have probably like 20 of those. And they're all just different flavors of Valkyrie Lockdown. The short version of why I like her is kind of the same reason why everybody likes Cannonball. She was the original Cannonball. Just
very similar.
She's such a good way to secure one lane. So as long as you can win the other one with your lockdown, you're in great shape.
Mm-hmm.
Ben.
Yes, I have some cards that I like. By the numbers, I should mention, I seem to play Kraven 53% of the time. So I guess statistically, he might be my favorite card. But the card that I'm
He's in your deck that often?
Yes.
I love
Kraven is probably
Ben,
in my
and
deck.
Immediately we get the meme from like Homeland Security. It's Ben with like numbers. Like, okay, my favorite card. Keep going.
One card that I use in only 22% of my decks, Polaris. Polaris is my favorite card in the month of June right now. She outperforms the decks that I play her in. Like, her cube rate when drawn is higher than the deck's cube rate. It's higher than Kraven's cube rate, by the way. Yeah, Polaris is just a really good card. I think that Polaris has always been kind of busted. Like, that 3/5 stat line, that was before Spider-Man opened the floodgates of 3/5 things with good abilities. And, like, now they're everywhere. But Polaris was just always like that. And anyway, I meant to put a little bit more shine on that name. So yeah, my favorite card in the month of June is Polaris, a.k.a. Lorna Dane, a.k.a. The Greatest Dane, a.k.a. Lorna Lanelocker, a.k.a. Green Hair Don't Care.
But like, okay, no, they really had this area where they went to Krakoa Island. They were all off on their own. All the X-Men resurrected. And here's the reason the X-Men could resurrect. Because there's a character whose original name was Gold Balls. That's his name. His name is Gold Balls. And why is his name Gold Balls? Because he creates gold balls. That's just it. Like, he just generates gold balls. And then, like, maybe they, like, shoot off. He was hanging out. This is interesting. You know who Gold Balls was hanging out with? Gold Balls was hanging out with Miles Morales and Miles' friend Genki. Like, that, they were like a trio hanging out in the comics. Like, how insane. And then Gold Balls, they find out that his balls were never balls to begin with. They're eggs. And by combining his powers with Hope and some of the other X-Men's powers, they can resurrect all dead X-Men into these eggs so that they're rebirthed from eggs. This is how Miss Marvel was resurrected. When they killed her off for like stupid reasons that everyone hated, she was rebirthed from a fucking egg. Like, that's what the X-Men have been up to. And like a bunch of people were like, okay, this is a little batshit. I know. I'm sorry. That was too loud. Like, I feel like the only way this makes it in the podcast is Lauren just phase blends me different parts of this. Me just like the X-Men and the Gold Balls, and then they're all raised, you know. It's just like, and this is talking about comics, you know?
I was definitely planning on keeping the gold balls. Listen to Snap on this. We're part of the new Snap Judgments Network. It's an exciting effort that includes, of course, all the Snap Judgments stuff, but also the Snap Judgments League and a handful of other podcasts that we'll be talking about in future episodes. We bring a lot of diversity to the world of Marvel Snap podcasts. We've got 2 women and a move player. Name one other podcast with a move player. So if you're listening to this right now, we have feeds live on YouTube and YouTube Music and Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Pick your poison, subscribe, and you'll be listening to episode 1 soon. And we think you're going to have a lot of fun, but probably not as much fun as we're going to have.
I was like, grabbed a tissue right in the middle of that. I was like, oh, this is awkward for me now.
We'll cut off your video during that. Anybody want to say anything else?
Well, it's been lovely chatting with you both. And you're all bright stars in the dark night sky. Filthy, take the world by storm. May the wellspring of your heart's passions never run dry. All that good stuff. No?
Parting thoughts? Do you have any?
Okay, we're still going.
If you want, if you don't have parting thoughts, you can say no.
Thoughts in this here brain? How about like a reference no one will get? It'll be another It's Singing in the Rain reference, or say, what do you think I am, dumb or something? Nobody ever gets it when I make that joke.
No, I didn't
like
get
the
it.
accent.
But no, I'm like, I wish I got that. I would love to be in on it.
It's the blonde lady from It's Always Rain. She can't, they can't, she's bad at speaking. So when they're moving from the silent era into films, and someone has to over her voice.
Right.
Because she speaks like, what do you think I am? Okay.
So if you want to continue getting Ree's references, read any comic book except for X-Men, and watch Singing in the Rain.